From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Friday morning. We still have a couple different wildfires to speak of, but the Courier Canyon fire that was burning in Kittitas County, now 100% contained. We don't have to talk about it anymore. So we'll go ahead and start off with the Tiger Creek fire, which, remember, started as a prescribed burn. It's now a wildfire. And we've gotten some more accurate mapping on this fire, so acreage has shrunk now down to 571. I was on the fire line yesterday, and those guys told me that as we get more accurate mapping, maybe that acreage is going to shrink down just a little bit more. Containment stuck at 19%, but the vibes are that the acreage, or excuse me, that the containment is going to jump up even more. Acreage and containment both staying pretty steady on the Williams Mine fire, so we'll continue to keep tabs on that one. Temperatures this morning are right at freezing in Ellensburg. You might have to break out the ice scraper there. Maybe just a little bit too warm for that in the Yakima Valley. Certainly too warm for that in the lower Columbia Basin. 41 for the Tri-Cities. Way too warm for that in the foothills as we're at 48 for Walla Walla. Here's the bottom line for the forecast. Seasonal for today. More sunshine, more warmth for the weekend, then wetter and cooler into next week. I'll show you all the moving parts to this forecast coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, updated numbers on the Tiger Creek fire burning out of Walla Walla County. We joined firefighters on the scene and got to take a look at the current state of the response after this controlled burn became uncontrollable. And a fire that started burning at a West Richland apartment, what we know so far.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald in for Jessica this morning. It's Friday, October 11th. The Tiger Creek fire continues to burn in Walla Walla County, but now we're getting a look behind the fire lines to see what's really happening. Our Dan Hansen and Josh Colbreth teamed up and spent the day together there to talk with fire crews on what it's like to battle a fire like this.
The Tiger Creek fire, burning outside of Milton Freewater, started as a prescribed burn on Monday, September 30th. However, by Tuesday, October 1st, it was reclassified as a wildfire. The Forest Service tells us that prescribed burns take significant planning in order to ensure that proper parameters are met, including ample resources and weather that cooperates. This was the case heading into this particular burn until shifting winds changed the complexion of the situation.
And resources had difficulties containing the burn.
Collins told us that this is a rare occurrence, as over 98% of controlled burns go as planned. Even though there is always a degree of risk involved, these burns are necessary to protect natural resources into the future. So the Forest Service did say that there are lessons to be learned from this, but it's not going to come into full focus until they do their after-action review, which could take a little while. So that's going to be in the long term. In the short term, there's still a fire to be fought. So Dan, what can you tell us about that effort?
Well, I can tell you firefighters are still actively and aggressively battling this fire.
It's been a marathon season for the western U.S. specifically until the hurricane started.
Tom Clemmo, the incident commander for California Incident Management Team 15, says some of the firefighters battling the Tiger Creek fire have been out on 9 separate incidents, working 2 weeks apiece with a few days of rest in between. His team makes sure to take care of each other.
Comfortable place to sleep, which we have here at the fairgrounds. It's a wonderful venue for that. Good hot meal when they wake up in the morning and when they get back from the line at night. Adequate hydration. We have folks that are available out on the line to help them at any given time.
Travis Editor, Operations Chief for the California Incident Operations Team 15, tells us with the combination of firefighters and favorable weather, they're making good progress.
Today we're at 571 acres, about 19% contained. I expect we'll see it shrink a little bit more tomorrow.
Commander Clemmo tells us the community has been amazing in trying to take care of the firefighters. However, he says they're not in need of any supplies and couldn't be more thankful, but those supplies and help could be used elsewhere.
I know with the hurricanes in Florida, what's going on in Texas with the weather, what has happened in Florida last night, there are significant needs on that part of the country, and I think the efforts are best focused where the greatest need is, which right now appears to be, North Carolina and Florida specifically.
Josh Colbreth and Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
A fire broke out at Quail Springs apartment in West Richland Thursday afternoon. Fire officials say no one was at home at the time of the fire and no injuries were reported. It appears the fire started in a bedroom on the ground floor. The apartment is damaged by smoke and water from the sprinklers. When some of the residents can return is unclear at this time, and the cause of the fire is not yet known. In honor of Fire Prevention Week, the Kennewick Fire Department welcomes in community members to its newest fire station. The Kennewick Fire Department has replaced one of its fire stations that was built in 1977. Fire Chief Chad Michael says this project started in 2021 and is now open for the public. Chief Michael says the department has planned for this station to serve the community for 50 years. The chief says the station is also close to the Kennewick Police Department headquarters and has rapid opening doors for a quick exit. There are also individual dorm rooms alongside a dirty and clean side of the station for when they go into toxic scenarios. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, how a local police department is hoping the community will assist after long outliving the current lifespan of its department facility. And First Alert Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your First Alert weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest will be back in just a moment.
Our hometown. It's more than the regions we live in or the roads we drive on. It's a camaraderie, a belonging. It's working together to be a part of something bigger. All October long, bring a non-perishable food donation to McCurley dealerships or find a specially packed food donation bag at any local Yolks Fresh market. You are driving change in our community. That's what makes home, home.
From all of us at McCurley Subaru, thank you for helping us give back.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess, nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting them to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah, or whatever nurse is available, comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
Too busy being busy? Then it's about time you got lazy. Real lazy. And shop the brands that invented truly comfortable furniture. So kick your feet up, because Lazy Boy is now at Furniture Row. Browse and drowse in our collection of stylish and customizable recliners and sofas, and experience the durability and relaxation you've come to expect from Lazy Boy. Plus, unwind guilt-free with special no-interest financing. Here's to doing less in some well-deserved comfort with the Lazy Boy collection, now at Furniture Row.
For 17 years, Senator Curtis King has delivered for you. That's why the media calls Curtis King the Republican in Olympia most likely to pass a bill. Senator King helped fund the Sozo Soccer Complex, giving local youth and adult soccer players a world-class recreational facility. Curtis King helped Perry Tech expand, providing thousands of local students with real-world skills, and he delivered funding for dozens of local road projects.
I'm Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your vote.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Okay, so we just have some very light haze right now in the foothills of the Blue Mountains, and a little bit later today I'm thinking that for the most part that is going to stay there. Now, this is from a prescribed burn that's happening in Kittitas County, so I wouldn't worry too much about the smoke from that. But in terms of wildfire smoke, we're thinking that at least for today, the light haze is just going to stay confined to the Blue Foothills and to the Blue Mountains. But as you can see on Futurecast now, this is lunchtime on Saturday. Looks like the haze could be a little bit more widespread, albeit it's going to be light for most spots, and we're not expecting any significant reductions to air quality. Let's take it back to today. Here's your day planner for today. You'll notice a couple things. It's going to be cool, and also we will have a decent amount of clouds. By 8 this morning, 30s and 40s, 38 in Ellensburg, 44 for Hermiston, 40 in Yakima. Still going with light jacket stuff by lunchtime, as we're going to be around 60 for Hermiston, 59 in Yakima, 58 for the Tri-Cities. Then into the peak of daytime heating, mid-60s, but still dealing with a fair amount of cloud cover. So for today, it's going to be seasonal. Obviously, I beat this point into the ground, but we're going to have partly to mostly cloudy skies. However, into this weekend, more sunshine, more warmth, and then in the next week, the total opposite. We start to trend cooler, rain chances go up. I'll show you some of those rain chances coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. From a chicken coop in the 50s, transformed into a mechanical facility, then a duplex in the 80s, then city office spaces, and finally a police department in 2017. The College Place Police Department is looking to upgrade its facility with the help of a bond that will be on the ballot this November for voters. I talked with Chief Troy Tamaris about the state of the College Place Police Department. College Place Police Chief Troy Tamaris explains it's more than just cosmetic changes or a morale boost needed at the police department.
We're just in desperate need of a different facility. Our facility is not ADA compliant. We do not have the proper interview rooms and things that allow us to do our jobs adequately. So to better serve our community, we need a new facility.
Among the issues, the floor starting to rot and fail, a plant growing in the police chief's office, but he keeps a good sense of humor about the situation, hoping to see how it grows until they get to move out. The site of the new police department, if the bond passes, is set to be built next to the College Place Middle School and High School on College Place Ave and Cedar Bend Drive. Chief Tamaris explains that there is a school resource officer at the school, but having the police department right next door will be an added security feature.
So based off of a $450,000 home, it's about annually $378 a year. That's the worst case scenario, of course, with new houses being built and businesses coming in, that is reduced.
The total project cost, $14,015,000.
And we do have some exciting news. Our city administrator secured a federal earmark to help bring the price of that down, but we haven't received that money until the bond is passed, so we can't count that towards the bond, but it's a $5 million earmark that we're really excited that'll bring the price down.
Planning out a project like this to accommodate for the growth of the city and police department 50 years in the future is not a small endeavor.
We know that it's a big ask, and we respect that. And if we didn't feel desperate to move forward on this, we wouldn't. But it's something that the city and the city council and the mayor have decided that we need to move forward on.
If passed, the department could move into the 19,000 square foot facility as soon as November 2026. Proposition 1 on the ballot this November for College Place voters includes the $14 million police department construction, therefore a commitment from the community. Your health headlines are coming up along with this, how the American Heart Association says you've got to keep your brain sharp to keep your heart healthy.
Back to school. That means more kids will be out in traffic when you least expect them. They don't know the rules of the road yet, but you do, so drive safely. This message is brought to you by Allen Brecky Law Offices.
What have we got? The Andersons. All night, tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team. At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points. The Tempur-Adapt features innovative technology, so you get deep, undisturbed rest all night long.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Discover Curve Appeal in Kennewick, your personalized med spa. Experience our one-on-one services and treatments designed to make you look and feel your best. From laser hair removal or electrolysis to Botox or body contouring and laser treatments, we tailor our services to your unique needs. Our medical professionals ensure you leave feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. Ready to look and feel your best? Visit curveappealtc.com to schedule your consultation.
You love the internet. But do you love your internet? Is your bundle a bundle of joy? Do you celebrate your contract's anniversary? No? you should meet Ziply Fiber. High-speed fiber optic internet means more freedom, more reliability, more speed on all your family's devices, all at the same time. Happily ever faster. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply. Plans as low as $10 a month.
Happy September. Enjoy our Indian summer and back to school. Remember, going 35 in a 20-mile-an-hour school zone doubles your stopping distance.
Call 735-0546. They're waiting to help you.
Tonight, the love triangle that ended in murder.
It was a mess, yes.
But that's not even the most shocking part of the story.
They're like, wow.
And now, the prison interview.
What happened that night?
All new 2020 tonight on ABC.
Next Live. The weekend is upon us, so get out there and enjoy it.
Andrew Garfield from We Live in Time and Tyler James Williams from Abbott Elementary.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Kraken, Wild. Pre-game at 4:30, Saturday on MeTV. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at Kennewick. Not seeing much out there this morning. And a little bit later today we're going to see some partly to mostly cloudy views really across the region. For this morning we're right at freezing in Ellensburg, so you might have to break out the ice scraper or crank up the car a little bit earlier for this morning. It's likely just a little bit too warm for that in the Yakima Valley. We're at 41 in the Tri-Cities, 48 in Walla Walla, so certainly too warm for that in the basin and in the foothills. A little bit later today, it's going to be seasonal with high temperatures into the mid to upper 60s, maybe some of us gracing 70 degrees, and then also we'll have partly to mostly cloudy skies. So nothing extraordinary about this day of weather. It's just going to be a day of weather. And then for tonight, we'll see some partial clearing in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, also up in the Cascades, but still some pesky clouds elsewhere. Winds will continue to be light. Overnight lows dropping down into the 30s and 40s. So a little bit warmer compared to what we're seeing for this morning. Not by much, though. 41 for the Tri-Cities, 47 for Walla Walla, 39 for Yakima. Okay, so today's room temperature, but will be warmer into Saturday through Tuesday, mid-70s in the Tri-Cities, but high temperatures start to descend down into Wednesday and Thursday. Very cool by Thursday, down into the low 60s in the Tri-Cities, and we can attribute that to some rainfall chances going way up, especially for Wednesday and Thursday, but Tuesday's nothing to scoff at as well. So we will show you a little bit later in the show how much rainfall we're expecting to sneak out of these storm systems. Okay, here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Dry through Monday, a small shower chance Tuesday. The big rain chances start Wednesday, and we'll be up into the mid-70s Saturday through Tuesday, but a major cool down is expected by Wednesday and Thursday. Then for Yakima, plenty of sunshine Saturday through Monday, but chances for wet weather go up into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Low to mid-70s Saturday through Tuesday, and how about some upper 50s by Thursday. Then in Ellensburg, keeping the forecast dry through Monday, then the shower chances go up and likely peak on Wednesday. A nice run of 70s Saturday through Monday, 60s for Tuesday and Wednesday, then maybe some cool 50s for Thursday. Then for Hermiston, warming things up into the mid-70s this weekend. Plenty of sunshine, starting to cool things off, and shower chances trending up for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then for Walla Walla, a little bit more haze for tomorrow, but still plenty of sunshine. Mid-70s for Sunday and Monday, but cooler with chances for showers going up next week.
Thank you, Josh. In your health headlines this morning, new research finds that keeping your brain sharp as you age has a lot to do with your heart. The American Heart Association says that identifying and treating vascular risk factors early may help preserve normal brain function. The AHA says heart disease affects the brain because the arteries narrow, reducing blood flow to the brain and causes damage to these small blood vessels. The agency also says nearly 130 million adults in the United States have some form of heart disease. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Microsoft announces Halo Studios, and also the developers who made the game Skyrim are releasing a new adventure game where you get to play as a woodland creature. We're leveling up in your entertainment news coming up in just a few.
It's the home makeover sale at Furniture Row, so the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Save on living, dining, and bedroom. Or get 60 months, no interest. The home makeover sale on now at Furniture Row.
Democrat candidate Maria Beltran led a liberal Seattle group that tried to defund police and allowed chaos and violence to take over the streets. Like Beltran, House candidates Anna Kennedy and Chelsea Demas oppose initiatives that would lower gas prices and the capital income tax and allow you to opt out of the expensive long-term care tax. Seattle liberals Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas do not share your values and are too extreme for Central Washington.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, home decor, and all things fall. We're unique and we're here for all of life's occasions. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
Apples are the pride of Washington's agricultural economy. When India put on the retaliatory tariff, we were basically dead in the market. Thanks to Maria Cantwell stepping in and getting that tariff removed, we're up to 2 million boxes and we're climbing steadily. It's a huge difference for the industry. Maria Cantwell is effective because she works with both parties to get things done for our industry.
I'm Maria Cantwell, and I approve this message because I'll keep taking on powerful interests to get things done.
It's the fall savings event at Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds and Sunnyside Shed Company. Get 10% off custom buildings and mention this ad to get an additional $250 in free options. That's right. From now until the end of the month, get 20% off all our in-stock inventory. We offer free and fast delivery, and we're committed to unbeatable quality and service. Come visit Columbia Basin Building and Sheds and Sunnyside Shed Company for the best deals of the season.
Don't put up with rotten sleep during the incredible value sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. Kick that rotten sleep to the curb. Only at Denver Mattress.
Aren't you just a spoonful of sugar?
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05. Apple Valley News Now.
News from the world of Halo and an upcoming game from the creatives behind Skyrim are among this week's big video game stories.
Yep, Rick Damigella has the story.
To quote Master Chief, I think we're just getting started. Microsoft has announced the formation of Halo Studios. No new Halo games have been announced, but the development team is showing off environments created in Unreal Engine 5.
You think you have the strength to protect the weak? Then prove to me these are more than empty words.
RPG fans have a new adventure to play in Metaphor ReFantasio.
Metaphor is a game with a tremendous amount of volume. There's all sorts of things you can do this game. You can go on this journey, you can meet people, you can have incredible encounters, you can meet incredible people, and you can have be part of these incredible events that will happen.
The game is available now for Windows, Xbox, and PlayStation consoles. Here is your first look at Hawthorne. The RPG featuring anthropomorphic animal adventures is the first game from Nier Studios, which includes developers who helped create the massively popular game Skyrim. Leveling up in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
That one is just too precious. I possibly might get that game just to run around as a little rat, you know?
Yeah, I like that. Is a very precious concept. And the Halo, I've never played Halo in my life, but I can listen to that theme all day. It's very inspirational.
I think I said this like 2 weeks ago. I beat Halo 3 on Legendary with a lot of help. And I just wanted like a specific like armor skin that you could get, and my brother was like, well, you have to beat Halo 3 on Legendary to get it, and my 9-year-old self said, let's do it.
See, I don't play video games, but I'm living vicariously through you.
There we go. Up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6:30, a death in the Yakima County Jail is now considered a negligent homicide. Emily will break that down for us coming up. Plus,
coming up later this morning on Good Morning Northwest, find out how a topping out ceremony in Pasco is just the beginning for future Pasco students' connections to their career paths. All that and more coming up.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Welcome to the Walla Walla Airport, where you'll experience enhanced convenience. Your gateway to adventure has expanded its security checkpoint and upgraded the departure area for your comfort. With free parking and daily Alaska Airline flights to Seattle, your travel plans are easier than ever. Whether you're off to relax or to explore, start your journey smoothly with our improved facilities. Create unforgettable memories today. Book now at alaskaair.com. Your next adventure is just a flight away at Walla Walla Regional Airport, where parking is always free.
Discover Curve Appeal in Kennewick, your personalized med spa. Experience our one-on-one services and treatments designed to make you look and feel your best. From laser hair removal or electrolysis to Botox or body contouring and laser treatments, we tailor our services to your unique needs. Our medical professionals ensure you leave feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. Ready to look and feel your best? Visit curveappealtc.com to schedule your consultation.
For 17 years, Senator Curtis King has delivered for you. That's why the media calls Curtis King the Republican in Olympia most likely to pass a bill. Senator King uses those relationships to do things like fund a new swimming pool in Yakima's MLK Park and helped Heritage University in the Lower Valley grow. Curtis King helped Toppenish Astria Hospital keep their doors open. And he delivered funding for Pasco's Lewis Street project.
I'm Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your vote.
It's the home makeover sale at Furniture Row, where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus, find unbeatable deals, like the Trinity sofa, only $3.99. Save big on the Grayson panel bed, only $4.99. Get the 5-piece Acorn Hill dining set for only $5.49. And save $100 on the Buena Vista, any size, any model. Or get more bang for your buck with 60 months no interest. The home makeover sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Life's too short to put up with a bad bank. You have a life, places to go, people to see, and things to get done. You don't have time for banks or credit unions that don't care. You deserve better. At Yakima Federal Savings and Loan, we've served Central Washington and the Columbia Basin since 1905 with 10 branches, face-to-face service, and a 5-star app when you're on the go. So go have fun. Do what makes you happy. Life's too short to put up with anything less. Bank better with Yakima Federal.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. It's Friday, October 11th. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, let's head straight into that weather forecast because, I mean, it's looking nice today.
Yeah, it's looking just kind of like so-so, like partly to mostly cloudy skies, seasonal high temperatures, light winds. I'm really milking this. There's not a lot to say about today's forecast, but there is a lot more to say about next week's forecast, which we will get to in due time. Right now, you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. I love this view. All the city lights down below. Could be Vegas if you didn't know any better. Okay, temperatures right now are in the low to mid 30s in the valleys, right at freezing in Ellensburg. So you might have to break out the ice scraper there. You might have to crank up the defrost a little bit earlier, but maybe just a little bit too warm for that in the Yakima Valley. Low 40s in the Tri-Cities and 48 degrees in Walla Walla. So certainly too warm for that in these locations. Here's your coat cast for today for the Tri-Cities. A heavy jacket stuff for this morning, light jacket stuff for the rest of the day. This is just what I would personally wear, but if you are more in tune with the cold weather, then maybe this would just be t-shirt weather for you. Okay, so for today, again, seasonal, partly to mostly cloudy skies and light winds, but into this weekend, we're going to be warming up. And then into next week, we're going to be cooling down as rain chances go up. I'll show you just how much rain we could maybe get out of those storm systems coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. A man having a mental health crisis died in the Yakima County Jail last fall. The cause of the death, heart failure. But Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us the manner of death has shifted from accidental to natural causes and now negligent homicide.
Forensic pathologist Jeffrey Reynolds says he was told that the man was in a brief struggle with corrections officers moments before his death. He says to him that meant 1 or 2 minutes, but he says that's not what he saw when he watched the video months later.
We're speculating now, but the fact, all you can say is the facts are that none of the things you see any individual things inflicted upon him during that struggle, it killed him. The combination of 9 minutes worth of struggle killed him.
The family of 41-year-old Hien Hua has filed a $50 million tort claim against Yakima County, claiming the jail attempted to cover up the fact that Hua was pepper sprayed, hog-tied in chains, beaten by corrections officers, and shoved face down onto the floor prior to his death. Reynolds says the cause of death, what Hua died from, which he says is heart failure, never changed.
The autopsy would have been exactly the same. I didn't see anything in the video that made me wish I'd looked somewhere else, because we looked everywhere, basically.
But the manner of death, how his death came about, did change. In the preliminary autopsy report, Reynolds had the manner as accidental, a death other than natural where there is no evidence of intent. The finding based on external and internal examinations, and Reynolds being told the man had been in a brief struggle.
In this particular case, there was no evidence of any significant trauma, strangulation, suffocation, that sort of thing. So nobody beat him to death or anything like that.
But then he got more information.
When I got the microscopic examination back and saw how terrible his heart was, and also that his lungs had been accumulating fluid for at least hours, if not a day, before he died. And that usually happens when people are going to what's called congestive heart failure.
His opinion changed to natural, a death caused solely by disease. But months later, a reporter contacted him about the video.
And I go, what video? I've never seen any video. And he said, well, maybe you need to look at that. He sent me a copy of the video, and I watched the video, called him back up, and I said, no, a new report will be issued within 24 hours.
According to the claim, Hua was placed in general population despite being in a mental health crisis. And when other inmates told the jail Hua was at risk, they went in to get him.
They walk in, and the first thing you see is this guy just panicked.
The claim says Hua was backing away from correctional officers when he was pepper sprayed, tackled, hog-tied in chains, beaten, and shoved face down onto the floor.
If he had collapsed in the first 2 minutes, you could call that an accident, or you can call it natural.
Reynolds says he still could have classified it as accidental, but says he felt it crossed a line.
Somewhere in there, in the heat of the moment, which makes it difficult, you have to realize that this is not going to end well. And stop and go, okay, we need to rethink this. Unfortunately, once they were launched on their course of action, they continued that course of action no matter how badly it went. And yeah, so somewhere along there it attains the level of homicide and negligent because none of it's intentional.
Reynolds' revised recommendation based on the video, negligent homicide. But he says Yakima County Coroner Jim Curtis, who makes the final decision and signs death certificates, didn't agree.
Do you know if he watched the video?
Yes, he did.
And after watching the video, did he say why he wasn't going to change it?
No, he just said he wasn't going to. He was going to leave it as he would change it to accident, but he wasn't going to put it out as negligent homicide. And I said, that's your call, which it is.
The claim argues the jail intentionally misled Reynolds by telling him it was a brief struggle.
Do you believe that kind of, the language being minimized in this case when it was presented to you, that was purposeful or intentional?
No. The point is, if I'm working in a jail, this may be, among healthy people, this may be a pretty normal event. I know in maximum security prisons, when they escort one person someplace, even if he's voluntary, there's 3 guys with him. It's never just one. And I know in the county jail it's 2. So, I mean, that's the only safety they've got because nobody's carrying weapons. So yeah, it's probably not extraordinary for them to have to struggle with somebody. And they're probably used to, young, healthy people. And this guy's older, and it turns out his heart's not healthy. His heart's a lot older than he is, let's put it that way. and it basically fails during the struggle.
But Reynolds says changes need to be made.
When you saw the fact that this guy's backing up against things going, no, 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 that kind of thing, and really irrational, that's when you stop. It's a no-win scenario. Unfortunately, if you do nothing, it's also a no-win scenario, because the people in the cell have already told you they're going to beat him up, and that would have killed him. So yeah, it's what's available for a fallback. More needs to be available. That's what it means, or this will just happen again.
Reynolds says after this case, he'll be watching any video available on future cases before he makes a final report. Reporting from the Yakima newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the Pasco School District one step closer to opening one of its 2 new high schools.
Bracket Wild. Pre-game at 4:30 Saturday on MeTV.
Enjoy bowling here at Triple Play, where fun is always in season. French fries are fun, which is always in season here at Triple Play. Speaking of fun, did you know it's always in season at Triple Play?
Dude, what's with dropping the tagline?
The marketing ladies wanted me to push it.
What did they offer you?
5 pizzas.
Gonna share, right?
Of course.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Oh, thanks.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
Liberal Democrats Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas support even no questions asked late-term abortions. They oppose measures that would lower taxes, make gas cheaper, and let you take home more of your paycheck. They would make your streets less safe, raise your gas prices, and encourage your children to disrespect faith, family, and America. Seattle liberals Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas do not share your values and are too extreme for Central Washington.
The Walker's 4-day clearance sale is going on now, where you can enjoy store-wide discounts while they last, with clearance deals up to 70% off.
Or you can pay over time with 0% interest until 2029, with no down payment and no minimum purchase.
Get that new furniture you've been wanting and save big at the 4-day clearance sale.
Going on now at Walker's.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
What does it take to be the most watched newscast in America?
We are part of an operation.
Is this our Combat Operations Center?
We're approaching the gate now. The house is destroyed, but the flag not okay, isn't it?
World News Tonight and Apple Valley News Now, your most trusted local news source.
Hi. Ismail? David. I'm David Muir.
I know who you are.
You
Watch
do?
you every night.
ABC World News Tonight with David Muir at 3:30 and 5:30. Apple Valley News Now at 5, 6, and 6:30. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be just kind of an ordinary fall day out there. Partly to mostly cloudy skies and seasonal high temperatures. We'll be at a very nice 69 degrees in Ellensburg, 66 for Cle Elum, and then down into the Yakima Valley. We'll see temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, 66 in Sunnyside, 67 in Toppenish, 68 degrees in Union Gap. Also partly to mostly cloudy skies. Light winds. We'll also have light winds in the lower Columbia Basin, 68 for the Tri-Cities, 68 for Umatilla, 62 degrees for Boardman. And then for the Blue Foothills, we'll Also have temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, partly to mostly cloudy skies, and we'll have light wind. So this is going to be the kind of day where you'll need a light jacket. Well, I'm going with a heavy jacket for this morning, but maybe light jacket stuff throughout the rest of the day. Although there are some instances, especially if you're going to be outside for an extended period of time, if you're going to be in the sunshine, I think a t-shirt would maybe suffice in those instances. Now let's pivot to next week's forecast. Next week, we're going to be in a very different pattern. We're going to be cooler and we're going to be wetter. We can have a storm system or maybe a series of storm systems from Tuesday through Thursday that could bring us the most rainfall we've seen thus far this wet season. Maybe between 2 to 2.5 inches for the Cascades, between 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall for the Blue Foothills and Blue Mountains. But look at this, even the valleys and the basin getting, hopefully, fingers crossed, more than 1/10 of an inch of water. Now this is, we have time to tweak the details of the forecast. This is subject to change, but as rain chances go up, temperatures are also going to go down. So I'll show you just how cool we could be in addition to all this. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. The Pasco School District is one step closer to completing its new state-of-the-art high school. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma says this new high school is bringing new opportunities to Pasco students.
A topping off ceremony is when the final beam is placed to complete a building structure. To celebrate this monumental phase of the project, people got to sign the last beam. Apple Valley News Now and Good Morning Northwest were honored to leave a signature as well. Fowler General Construction and Pasco School District also planted a tree. Seth Johnson, the principal of Orion High School, says it is a collaborated effort approach to ensure a career and college academy to serve Pasco High School students.
Watching our team of engineers and general contractors and architects come together to build this building, to me, it really is an example of the work that we want to do here at Orion with our students and staff, where we want to create a highly collaborative opportunity for students.
Justin Schroeder, who is the superintendent for the high school project, says he's been part of 3 of the many topping off ceremonies that have been part of Pasco, but every time, he says, is just as exciting and a relief.
It's kind of like a breath of fresh air for me, because we have a lot of issues and there's a lot of coordination in this part of the project. So once this part's done, we can kind of all take a step back and breathe a little bit and get into not more fun work, but more of the show work.
Orion High School is set to be a choice high school similar to Delta High School. Students who are interested in enrolling will go through an application that is a lottery process to be able to get in. The high school is created to give students a foot into their future careers.
Orion's going to be a high school of careers, so I feel like with Tri-Tech and Kennewick, this can cater more to Pasco students, so I feel like it gives us a better opportunity just in our future, and I feel like it sets us up for better success.
I 100% believe, and the research backs it, that when students have the correct exposure and they have the right experience and they have the right skills, that sets them up for great success down the road.
Danica Reina, who is a school board representative for students and attends Tijuana High School, says although she's graduating this year, she is excited for future Pasco High School students to be able to be motivated to pursue a higher education with the addition of Orion High School.
Not only explore other careers, but you also get in depth of what classes you're taking, what you need to know. I feel like it does motivate students because it's also a brand new opportunity to do our district, so I feel like a lot of students are going to be excited to even get to go here.
Orion High School is set to be completed and open by next fall 2025 and only start off with the freshman class and have 24 different classrooms. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma for Good Morning Northwest.
Thank you, Monique. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, your full first alert weather forecast and your morning sprint with everything you need to know before you're out the door.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your community Chevy dealers.
Hi, I'm Deb Mangeras, and as a longtime CPA, I can assure you, Olympia needs to tighten its belt. That's why I'm running for the House of Representatives. I've been a Wapato resident and apple orchardist all my life, and I have been active for decades in my community, helping make this a better place to live. Now I want to represent you in Olympia, to bring common sense and hardworking values to the Capitol.
Join me November 5th in voting for Deb Mangeras.
You love the internet. But do you love your internet? Do frozen screens make your heart melt? Do buffering wheels give you butterflies? Didn't think so. You should meet Ziply Fiber. It's faster, it's friendlier, it's fiber. Ziply is fiber optic internet. That means no lag and no buffering. Gotta love it. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply. Plans as low as $10 a month.
The Walker's 4-day clearance sale is going on now, where you can enjoy store-wide discounts while they last, with clearance deals up to 70% off.
Or you can pay over time with 0% interest until 2029, with no down payment and no minimum purchase.
Get that new furniture you've been wanting and save big at the 4-day clearance sale.
Going on now at Walker's.
Choice Hotels is a family of brands with a hotel for any traveler you want to be. Like Quality Inn for the dad that gets every dollar and minute out of this family road trip.
The day is upon us. Stay 2 nights and get 8,000 points when you book direct.
These hands create. All of the materials I work with dry out my hands. If my hands get really dry, I can't do my job. I depend on O'Keeffe's.
It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief.
If it works for these hands, it'll work for yours.
Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
Discover a level of comfort you never thought possible. Discover stressless seating at Meredith Furniture. Designed to harmonize with your body's natural movements, it's the premier destination for relaxation and rejuvenation. Right now, take 10% off all stressless recliners, sofas, tables, and ottomans. Meredith Furniture at 1st and Washington in front of Hobby Lobby.
Aren't you just a spoonful of sugar?
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05. Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at the Columbia River. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. Already starting to get brighter out there. A little bit later today we'll have partly to mostly cloudy skies. For this morning we're right at freezing in Ellensburg. Might have to break out the ice scraper there. We're starting to get close to that threshold in the Yakima Valley, but just too warm for that in the Tri-Cities and in Walla Walla, as we have temperatures now in the low to mid 40s for the most part. Okay, a little bit later today we'll end up in the mid to upper 60s, maybe some 70s in some instances, but this is going to be a seasonal day. Also, we'll have partly to mostly cloudy skies, and we'll have light winds. So nothing really out of the ordinary for today's weather. And then for tonight, we'll still have light winds. Overnight lows will maybe just be a smidge warmer compared to this morning. 47 in Walla Walla, 41 for the Tri-Cities, 39 in Yakima. Clouds will continue to be pretty pesky, although we will see some partial clearing in the valleys and much more clearing up in the mountains. So today it's room temperature, we've established that, but we'll be warmer into Saturday through Tuesday. Highs getting up into the mid 70s in the Tri-Cities, but much cooler by Wednesday and Thursday, down into the low to mid 60s. And this isn't just a random thing. This is going to coincide with some pretty big time rain chances in a Wednesday and Thursday, but it looks like Tuesday could also offer up some decent shower chances. So this is looking like it's going to be one of the wettest storm systems of the wet season thus far, maybe getting between 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch for places like Yakima and the Tri-Cities. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Room temperature today, mid-70s Saturday through Tuesday. Shower chances going up, especially for Wednesday and Thursday. Then in Yakima, mid-70s for Saturday through Monday, sort of a transitional day for Tuesday. And then 50s and 60s with shower chances for Wednesday and Thursday. For Ellensburg, we'll see a little bit of haze in and around some of those prescribed burns, especially in northern Kittitas County, specifically for today and tomorrow. But I'm thinking that's not going to be as big of a problem into next week with cooler weather, also wetter weather. Then for Hermiston, 70s through Tuesday, down into the 60s for Wednesday and Thursday. Shower chances going up for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then for Walla Walla, around room temperature for the next couple of days, warmer for Sunday and Monday, then again cooler and wetter for Tuesday and beyond.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Michael Strahan one-on-one with Vice Presidential candidate Governor Tim Walz.
I want to go back to something you said on Tuesday. You said, I think all of us know the Electoral College needs to go. But the campaign came out later that night, and they said that's not their stance.
Yeah. Well, it's not the campaign's position. And the point I'm trying to make is that there's folks that feel every vote must count in every state. Mm-hmm. And I think some of folks feel that's not the case. Our campaign does that. And the point I'm saying is I'm in 5 states in 2 days. We're out there making the case that the campaign's position is clear, that that's not their position. Their position and my position is to make sure that everybody understands their vote, no matter what state they're in, matters.
So that's something that you and Vice President Harris disagree on?
I have spoken about it in the past, that she's been very clear on this, and the campaign, and my position is the campaign's position.
And we'll have much more of this interview coming up at 7 a.m. I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
The darkness of bipolar depression made me feel like life was moving on without me. Then I found a chance to let in the light.
Discover Caplyta. Unlike some medicines that only treat bipolar 1, Caplyta is proven to deliver significant symptom relief from both bipolar 1 and 2 depression. And in clinical trials, movement disorders and weight gain were not common.
Caplyta can cause serious side effects. Call your doctor about sudden mood changes, behaviors, or suicidal thoughts right away. Antidepressants may increase these risks in young adults. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Caplyta is not approved for dementia-related psychosis. Report fever, confusion, or stiff muscles which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements which may be permanent. Common side effects include sleepiness, dizziness, nausea, and dry mouth. These aren't all the side effects.
In the darkness of bipolar 1 and 2 depression, Caplyta can help you let in the light. Ask your doctor about Caplyta. Find savings and support at caplyta.com.
Now, the morning sprint.
The time right now is 6:53. 12 tourists who were trapped at the bottom of a 1,000-foot deep mine in Colorado have been rescued. 1 person died and 4 people were hurt when equipment malfunctioned at the gold mine about an hour west of Colorado Springs. The local sheriff's office says the equipment failure led to people becoming trapped 1,000 feet underground at the tourist attraction. The mine did not collapse. A week after Hurricane Helene hit the state of North Carolina, the mud, rocks, and trees continue to block hundreds of roads throughout the state. In many areas, the power is turned back on. It takes about 8 hours to replace a power pole, and about 600 have been replaced so far. First up for local headlines, the Tiger Creek fire continues to burn in the foothills of the Blue Mountains, just outside of Milton Freewater, since September 30th. The fire started as a prescribed burn. The Forest Service says prescribed burns take significant planning, but factors like the weather can make those plans change. This was the case until shifting winds changed the complexion of the situation. The U.S. Department of Justice awarded over $350,000 to the city of Yakima in partnership with the Yakima YWCA to help combat domestic violence. The grant coming from the Office on Violence Against Women, some of that money will go towards training officers and prosecutors to address biases related to domestic violence victims. The College Place Police Department is looking to upgrade its facility with the help of a bond that will be on the ballot this November for voters. The total project cost $14,015,000. If the bond passes, the facility is set to be built next to the College Place Middle and High School. Also, the Walla Walla Police Department is looking for people who want to sign up for its Walla Walla Citizens Academy. Registration is being accepted through October 16th. The academy takes place between October 22nd and November 26th on Tuesday and Thursday evenings from 6 to 9 p.m. The Kennewick Fire Department hosted an open house for its new fire station. The fire chief says they planned for this station to serve the community for 50 years. The station is also close to the Kennewick Police Department headquarters and has rapid opening doors for a quick exit.
Well, folks, it's official. The Chicken Big Mac will be popping up in U.S. McDonald's restaurants, but it's only a limited menu item.
Oh, so the sandwich features the same familiar toppings as the original Big Mac introduced in the restaurant in 1968, but instead of the beef patties, it's 2 tempura battered chicken patties. And of course, it has the signature Big Mac sauce. Only one item is missing. That's the dehydrated onions. Darn. The sandwich debuted yesterday. Would you order?
Would I order it?
Yes.
No. The Big Mac has, we talked about this in the last hour, but the bread to meat ratio is all out of proportion.
There you go. And millions of people are searching Google, posting to social media, all talking about the Northern Lights. Here are some photos sent to me by my in-laws here in the Tri-Cities. Beautiful photos.
Yeah, and in the last week, people who have never had the opportunity to see them, they've been getting the surreal experience. One woman in Connecticut was saying it was a bucket list item for her to see, saying it was pure, unfiltered magic.
All right, I actually have never seen the Northern Lights because anytime they pop up, I am in a too densely city populated area, or I'm trying to go to bed. Like last night, I had to go to sleep early to be here, so I didn't get to see them.
Yeah, you got to go out to the sparsely populated areas of the state where there's not as much light pollution, then maybe you could see the Northern Lights.
I lived through the photos that are sent to me by my family.
Vicariously. There we go again. All right, right now temperatures are in the mid-30s in the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. Could be a little frosty out that way, but in the Tri-Cities and in Walla Walla, base of the foothills, much too warm for that. You'll definitely need a jacket though as you're headed out the front door. A little bit later today, just kind of lukewarm out there, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures go up for the weekend, go down into next week, and that's as rain chances go way up.
Thanks for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find the latest at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
GMA is up next, and we'll be back tonight at 5. Have a good one.